In the summer of 1871, Emilie Guillaumot's father told her to keep a secret. She kept that secret for 81 years. In 1870, the balance of power in Europe was shifting. France's preeminence was being challenged by the newly unified North German Confederation. In France, Napoleon III was concerned by his waning popularity with the people and needed something to rally the French to him. Its military leaders had undertaken a modernization of the army in 1866, and like all generals, were keen to try out their new weapons and ideas. In Germany, the Chancellor Otto von Bismarck was determined to see the unification of all the small independent German states into one powerful empire. The excuse for war came from Spain. In 1868, the Queen, Isabella II, was deposed in a revolution led by General Prim. She was seen as an ineffective ruler and was blamed for troubles besetting the nation. She formally abdicated in 1870. Von Bismarck and Prim convinced a reluctant German prince, Leopold of Hohenzollern-Sigmaringen, to accept the Spanish throne. This possibility dismayed the French, who did not desire a German king on their southern border, in addition to a powerful Germany to the northeast. Diplomatic pressure by the French ambassador caused Leopold to withdraw his claim, and eventually the throne went to Amadeo, son of the King of Italy. The French, however, went further, and asked for assurances by the Prussian King Wilhelm that Germany would not seek in future to allow a German prince to seek to rule Spain. Von Bismarck saw an opportunity to provoke the French for the gain of Prussia, and took it. He released a subtly altered version of a telegram from King Wilhelm, which made it appear that the French envoy was disparaged, thus inciting popular opinion in France against Germany. The French reacted in a matter of days, and informed Prussia on the 19th of July 1870 that they had declared war upon them. As von Bismarck had anticipated, the southern German states of Baden, Bavaria, and Württemberg joined in alliance against the belligerent French. Thus the Franco-Prussian War began. France was convinced their reorganization of the army, as well as a new rifle superior to that used by the German troops, and an early type of machine gun, would earn them victory. As it transpired, the French troops were poorly supplied, and the Germans were able to move their men with greater efficiency and faster than the French. German officers were encouraged to use initiative, while the French were prevented from doing so by their orders. The war went badly for the French from the start, and by January the 28th, 1871, when an armistice was signed, they had been beaten, Paris besieged, and Napoleon abdicated. The Second French Empire fell, to be replaced by the Third Republic. As part of the Treaty of Frankfurt, agreed to in the aftermath, the French lost territory in Alsace and Lorraine to the new German Empire, and were compelled to pay reparations, based on those levied by the first Napoleon on those he vanquished decades earlier, of 5 billion francs within 5 years. As a guarantee, Prussian troops occupied France from 1871 to 1873. It was during the occupation, in the summer of 1871, that 5 Prussian Uhlans were billeted in a house in which the Guillemot family dwelled in the village of Bouchier-le-Franglais, 215 kilometers from Paris, situated on the banks of the river Marne. One night the 5 men found their way into the family's wine cellar, and there they helped themselves to the bottles, and drank themselves insensible. 10-year-old Emilie was told by her father to go to bed, which she did. However, as she revealed 81 years later, from her bedroom she could hear all that happened that night. Her father and uncle, no doubt chafed by the French defeat, the German occupation, and the liberties taken in their home, decided to take revenge. The pair went out to the woodshed, and each man took up an axe. They made their way down to the cellar, where the soldiers lolled in their temporary vulnerability. Then all 5 of them were slain. Under cover of night, they took the corpses and buried them outside the village. It is not known how the disappearance of the men was explained away. Possibly they were thought to have deserted. Time passed. The events of the Franco-Prussian War, militarily, politically, and socially, played largely in the events which occurred over the following decades, as the 2 world wars brewed up, raged, and ebbed. Peace had returned to France by September 1951, when some workmen digging drains discovered the skeletons of the soldiers, still attired in the rotting remnants of their uniforms, each of the skulls shattered by the blow of an axe. When the mayor, the school teacher, and 5 police investigated the circumstances, Emilie, then at the age of 91, the oldest resident of the village, at long last revealed the secret of the murder she had pledged her father she would keep. Had the bodies not been unearthed when they were, no doubt she would have remained quiet and taken the secret to her own grave, as she had promised on that violent summer's night.